All right, what's up, y'all? So today I just wanted to kind of bring y'all a quick video. I actually did my own research before I got into Turo. So I'm hoping that, this video can offer you guys some type of expectancy. You know what I mean? As far as like what to expect, what maintenance to expect, what inconveniences to expect, all those type of things before you just dive straight into Turo, right? So I'm gonna try to make this video no longer than 5 minutes. Everybody likes to have 30-minute, 25-minute, 20-minute videos. I'm gonna just keep everything straight on the forefront. I'm not gonna drag it out. So the first thing when it comes to Turo, right? Obviously it's time. You wanna make sure that you have time to actually deliver these vehicles. So that's the first thing I would consider. If you don't have time to deliver these vehicles and you don't have time to, tend to these vehicles that you're trying to put onto the platform, I wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? Like, that's just simply put. Two, if you don't have any money on the forefront, as far as, now don't get me wrong, you can take loans, you can use your credit card, you can use, all those type of things, but you got to also account for the interest rate and the APRs that are attached to these things, right? So my thing is, if you don't have the money up front to, let's say if you have a car, right? Which is actually, I'm sorry, I'm jumping around, but right now I'm freestyling it. If you only have one car and this is your only means of transportation, I probably wouldn't do it. Only reason being is because once this car is out and it's being rented, you're going to be carless. So for me, I try to explore this journey while I was, just kind of at the crib making money. Like, I had another means of me making money, so I kind of had a stable check coming in. So I was like, you know what? Let me just take this opportunity to try Turo and explore it, right? And that's the biggest thing that I realized, like, you will be carless. So you know what I mean? Like, if you don't have a car that you can, another car that you can bounce back on, or you don't have a friend that has another car that you can like reliably use, I probably wouldn't use Turo. You know what I mean? So the first thing so far is, if you don't have any time to manage these vehicles and manage the cars in your fleet, I wouldn't do it. Two, if this is your only set of wheels and you don't have 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 vehicles, I wouldn't do it. And in another video, I'll actually kind of discuss what steps you could take in order to get another vehicle, whether it be in your LLC or whether it be on your personal credit. So we'll talk about that as well too. But those are the 2 things so far. So first thing, time management. Second thing is, if you only have one vehicle, you might want to strongly reconsider, just because you probably gonna need your car one of these days while it's being, out on a platform. The third thing I would also consider is a lot of the stuff such as mileage, right? If you don't have an LLC and you can't have some of this stuff be tax write-offs, such as IRS, where they have the standard mileage rate, where I believe right now it's like 50 cents or 55 cents or in between there, you're putting miles on your car, right? So a lot of the times Turo recommends that you try to go for the highest mileage possible that you can afford a renter to use. So, for example, for me, I had a 4-day rental and I was able to give the renter 2,100 miles that they could have used. Granted, they didn't use those full 2,100 miles, and a lot of the times they really go under 600, what I've noticed so far with my experiences. But that's definitely something that you want to consider, because if you don't, you're just going to get a whole bunch of miles in your car, and you got to think, the more depreciation. So always keep account the depreciation value or the depreciation factor, because that's going to play a major part and a major key as far as, not even just depreciation. The more miles that somebody puts on your vehicle, or, the accumulation of all the miles, also the more maintenance that'll have to be done. So like right now, for example, I'm at 50% for my oil change, and I got my oil change like 2 weeks ago. So that's another thing that you want to consider, you know what I mean? The maintenance. So what is maintenance? Oil change, tire replacements, maybe even your air filter. What else is there with maintenance? Your battery. Like, there's a lot of different things that you have to account for, because if you don't account for these things and you start becoming too dependent on your vehicle as a means of making income, i.e. Turo, then after a while, it's like, your car, just like anything else, is going to get exhausted. So that's another thing that I would also consider. I would highly consider. Let's say I said I was gonna keep it under 5 minutes and 30 seconds. So let's do one more I would also say the other things that are, so it's kind of along with maintenance, the upkeep of it, right? So I pay $35 a month for this car wash that I do. I vacuum it and wash the car myself. So that's also more time that I have to invest. Some people like to have people, hire people to wash their cars and vacuum it for them. But you got to think that's more money. So would you rather, pay money or pay time? I'd rather pay time, save my bread, and then put that towards something else down the line. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, I wanted to keep it really short. I'm gonna definitely do it under 6 minutes because I'm at 5 minutes and 33 seconds right now. So stay tuned for the next video. This is just something that I was just kind of rambling off the top of my head. I freestyled it just so if anybody's interested in Turo, you can kind of get the inside scoop and kind of have some type of idea of what to expect and what you should account for before you get started. So if you have any more questions before my next video comes out, definitely hit me up on Instagram or email me. I'll get right back to you. So best of luck to all the entrepreneurs out there and everybody else that's trying to, do some legwork by themselves. I did it over 6 minutes, but it's all good because I didn't want to waste y'all time and I got straight to the point. So appreciate y'all tuning in.